Greetings and welcome. This video will demonstrate the QuantTrade Quickfire Pro program. Only 100 of the units of this program have been authorized for distribution. This is one of the most radical and progressive trading systems and toolboxes on the market today. What I will show you is the combination of indicators and the trading signals that the Quickfire Pro can and will generate. As you can see here, we are running a 1-minute chart on the S&P 500. On this chart, we have a predictor laid over the price data. The predictor is actually a composite of 5 different predictors. And with the use of our Attractor correction model, which is displayed here, we determine which predictor is attracting price back to it the greatest. That becomes our most fit predictor. Once we determine which predictor is the most fit, then we plot it and use it as the basis for our trade signals. You can see here that different predictors are being selected out of the 5. As the market changes, these predictors also change. It rotates through the 5 predictors based on this Attractor correction model and selects the most attractive predictor. The most attractive being the predictor that attracts price to it the most. So right now we see here that predictor 4 is attracting price back to it the greatest. And that's based on this reading here. The way that the trades are generated with the Quickfire Pro is through the use of a method that is commonly recognized in arbitrage circles. Essentially what we do is we determine a minimum range that we would like to take out of each trade, a minimum amount of profit. That minimum amount of profit is then categorized by this indicator here. What I'm going to do is move this so you can see it a little better. Now this is the minimum that we decided we are going to accept from each trade. This is in points. So this is 1 point in the S&P 500. Now this is above 0 and minus 0. Oh, just notice we entered a long trade. This occurred because the difference between the price and the predictor is greater than this band. And I'll get to that in just a second. Now essentially what is occurring here is that we have this minimum marker and we have above that a dynamic marker and below it a dynamic marker, and that is designated by these blue lines. These dynamic markers are once again controlled by this Attractor correction model. The way that this works is that when the predictor is repulsing price or pushing price away from it, the bands here move out, which means they encapsulate the difference or the error between the price and the predicted value. So it won't allow a trade to occur, because the only way a trade occurs is when the error crosses below or above these marker lines. Now as you can see, what happened here is that this in fact crossed below this marker line, signifying that okay, we are at a point where now price was being pushed away from the predictor, but now it's coming back, it's subtracting. So now it allowed the error to cross the line and signal the trade. Now in essence, this works like an arbitrage between the price and the predictor, even though we're only using one instrument. So we can take this methodology and trade any number of different markets, or even combine this methodology with stops and changes on the input parameters to create almost an infinite number of trading systems.